right. Shalom, 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 Israel. Pastor Corey here. And, just talking about the joy of being a shepherd in Israel. And not, so much so in Israel, meaning this Hebrew Israelite movement, but more so being chosen and born of the Spirit and being a part of others that are in that same vein. And so, I just been really preaching to the saints of the Most High. Y'all do share this out, when you get an opportunity to share this with family. But it's a good thing, when I can look up and see that Pastor Charles Dow is my shepherd. Here that Yahshua gave me as a gift to be able to look, pattern, learn, study, understand, and to then take up that same standard and hold not only myself but others around me to that same standard. And see, people love not being up under a standard as keen and as firm, clear, clean, and cut as that. And so I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I hope you are able to abide in this truth, because I'm getting ready to lay a few things on you. What we got coming up here. I'm gonna set this right here in Straightway, Kansas City. Is I've been crafting these saints who really have been paying attention to what's been going on. See, to me, this really isn't a storm. It's more so, like the Joshua and Caleb mindset when they were in the wilderness. See, when they were in the wilderness, Yah said in Numbers 14, he said because of the heart that Caleb had, then he was able to go on ahead and receive what Yah was trying to do anyway with taking them through that wilderness experience. And so a lot of people around us, they're not going to have that same heart, because these situations like these make people definitely murmur and complain and lose sight of what it is. And so I just been reviewing with the saints, what do Pastor Dow expect out of all the leaders? But more importantly, what are the people going to see when they see the fruit? They see that the fruit lines up, and then not only that, but then does the speech line up? And so for us here in Kansas City, my speech hasn't changed. What's exciting for me and what's exciting about being a shepherd in this ministry in Israel is that all the people that have been around me since I've been in the ministry way back 2011. You see, finally we get a chance to operate in these things which we know we should be doing. See, even right now in the midst of the wilderness or the storm, I'm showing people what type of blessings are coming to us, and I'm not even asking for them. And not only that, but people hearts are just absolutely in a mindset of supporting those who are sitting before them, and people are submitting. See, that's that word right there that people cannot do. People can't submit, man. And I'm telling you, if I would continue to harp on the past and on people, on what happened with Jalon and Keith and anybody else, it does us no good. Because I'm telling you, and we'll as time go on, we'll get a chance to really lay out some key things because I know a lot of you all out there have ears to hear. You'll be able to discern yourself. And not only that, but for teaching purposes. Israel has to hear so that we continue to learn. That's why Yah left us a book for our edification. So we'll know what to do and what not to do. What things served as cursing on Israel and what things served as blessing on Israel. And so here today, what I find as joy, number one, is that the ministry hasn't stopped. Not for one day. When you've had those who have gone out from among you because they wasn't of you. See, if you're of us, then guess what? Those who judge in those days determine what's good and what's not good. Why? Because Yah has given them a spirit to be able to come together and not make up things that does not pertain to the ways of the Most High Yah. He knows how he wants things judged. And when they are always brought before the measuring stick, when they're always brought before the measuring reed, then you find that there's no way possible to wiggle and to do things that's not accordingly. Everybody, even when the word says that that a righteous man loves rebuke. Well, guess what? Go sit down in the judgment seat and see what gets said. But people ain't willing to do that. Because the Spirit sees through all the bullshit. And then people would say out of their mouths that, well, I know I'm not going to be judged right. Or, no, sit in the seat and see what the Spirit says. Because this is what this is about. But when there's so much wickedness and evil working within, then that shit don't happen. And so, in joy, then you get, as a leader and as people who desire righteousness, Yah protects us. So we don't even have to deal, with the evil and the cunning and those who are coming to deceive and take away and destroy and tear down. And these are things I preach to my sons. If you start getting women who are outside the covenant, then your chances of being protected and remaining behind the protection are not your heart going astray. And getting these worldly women who are not going to honor the covenant that they have with you. You ain't got to worry about that. Because you have gotten yourself a woman of covenant who fears Yah. So therefore, she's not going to go past the righteousness of Yah and dishonor you. And so in all things, you got to look at how people continue to break covenant. that are in your communities, that's around you, that really you see it. You see it. It's like I told the saints, I said, man, we ain't in nowhere where it's too hard for y'all. But when I share these testimonies with you, like, the current location of where the saints are living is amazing. And then the place where we going to see right now is amazing. Ain't it, Brother Best?
Yes, sir.
Is it, Sister Gabby? Yeah. We not gonna spoil it. We're not gonna spoil it. But in the testimonies, we will share it. You know what I mean? But it's interesting to me because everywhere I go, I feel like I have the Spirit of the Most High Yah with me. So wherever we going in this season, Yah is going with me. Did not Jesus say that he would be with his disciples even unto the ends of the earth? See, you can't, if you don't have the Holy Spirit working in you, can't feel like that. And so I see the greatness that Yah is bringing about in this season, and I'm just sharing with you. I want you to look past the core in his eyes. I want you to look me in my eyes. Do it look like I'm fearful of anything that's going to come in these seasons? I'm not. If I could stand and look, whatever attack it was coming up against my son, Zakar, where it looked like the breath was going out of his body, and you put yourself in my shoes, and you be in there for 3 hours, so I can look at you and see if fear show up in that room, if doubt show up in that room, if uncertainty and any other thought that Satan is able to inject in the time of trial and in the time of great despair, then I want to see how you stand. All right? Because I can tell you this whole time, Brother Vest, have I not been standing?
Yes, sir.
Have I been falling apart, kicking shit, running around, and just same Pastor Core, right? What I preach.
Yep.
So y'all hear? So I'm telling you, that's why I know y'all gonna bring me out with great substance. He gonna bring us out on top. See, this ain't just a coming out of, Jelon kicked you out. No, it ain't. This is my sights is kingdom. My sights is the promise. Y'all said, I was reading it this morning. I went and I read Romans chapter 8 and 9. And then I went back to Ezekiel 36. Because I'm evaluating this whole thing of people who are supposed to be the ones that's going to inherit. And I'm looking at these characteristics, and I definitely see that all the words that I have heard since 2011 that Pastor Dow has preached, and that I know that I have been just patiently waiting on the sweetness of the true saints who are going to truly submit and be these people who the promise and the hand of Yah is going to cover throughout this time while we're waiting on restoration. See, I'm looking at that because, see, the people around you need to bear the characteristic of those who are going to fit in those chapters in Romans and those that are going to fit in Ezekiel chapter 36. These need to fit. And so when you look at people who think they're Israel, see, people think they're Israel. It just took me back to the message I did a long time ago. Not all Israel is Israel. And so now that word, that message that I preached, part 1 and part 2, and all the things that I heard Pastor Dow say, man, that's ringing so evident more than it ever has in my life. I don't know about you, but I'm talking about me, how I'm able to look through these lenses of the words of the shepherd and then put that up against the word, which I've been doing all of these years. From the first time I heard Pastor Charles Dow, and I sat. I remember sitting, 2 and 3 in the morning. I'm looking at this screen. And then I'm looking down at my notes. Sister Gabby laying in the bed behind me, because I was going to tell her early in the morning. Excuse me. I was going to tell her early in the morning when she woke up, don't you find another one of these online internet niggas that is drawing disciples away to themselves. But because what I was hearing, I had to make sure. I said, because I was getting ready to pull up my scriptures, and I started looking at what he was saying. I'm looking right at the scriptures and the passages. Man, the Spirit agreed. I didn't agree. The Spirit agreed. And so, what the point that is bringing me to, that made me feel joy going through what we're going through right now, going to this place that we're going through. Because this place where we going is mind blowing. Listen, oh my goodness, I want to say it so bad. You hear me, Sister Gabby? I want to say it so bad, but I'm gonna hold up. Just keep y'all just bear with the saints here in Kansas City, man. As we just as Pastor Core, I'm watching him. Like I told him, I already know where we going. Yah has already comforted my heart. And not only that, but I'm just even looking to be in communication with our shepherd, just on what's in my mind and my heart, sharing these things back and forth, and just being up under his counsel, and always being in counsel with what we got right here straight with, because we got something really special and good, if y'all didn't know that. All right. And so it's amazing what we have been able to look, and I'm like, boy, this thing it's never a dull moment when you say you're gonna trust Yah. When you say you're gonna trust Yah. And so what I find joy in is seeing who's really gonna walk with us, who's really gonna be up under the submission when the opportunity to truly submit comes. Because see, that's what happens. The opportunity to truly submit get laid on you, and then what you find is that now submission in that time be too hard, or it don't fit you. It no longer fits you in a situation that you in, and then you start contemplating and rejecting instruction. You start rejecting the opportunity to continue to submit. You start rejecting what was set in front of you as an opportunity. And so it's always been my destiny, as I saw it when it came in 2011, to be up under the submission and the instruction that came to show me that this is the way you are to go. And so that means that when the book and Paul told Timothy, continue in the things that you had in your upbringing, that he should continue in the scriptures, in the instructions, in righteousness, in the reproofing, the rebuking, you know what I mean, and in the correction, then you know what to do that come. Because the word say rebuke with all authority, and that's the part people miss. When you're going to rebuke with all authority, that ain't nice and light and back rubbing and touchy feel. That it ain't that. So you got to get out your damn feelings and receive it when it come, and know that you're on the right path. That's where I'm at. That's what I know that I'm going to continue to agree to, so that I don't miss it. Because in the furnace, being tried like gold is tried in the fire. The fire is what you miss. You miss the being tried like gold in the fire. You missed that part. Last time I checked, fire was hot and it burns. And it causes an immediate reaction. Put your hand in the fire after I get off the phone. Now don't be stupid. I don't want to see you on the news. But he said put your hand in the fire, and Jesus told him to tell us, if you do that stupid shit, that's on you. All I'm telling you is, test the boats. Is fire hot? Fire indeed is hot. I'm telling you that it is. But this fire that y'all put us in is for refining. So be refined in the good things. All right? And, the last point I want to make about, the joy of being a shepherd in Israel is that I can truly see the elect being carved out. And I can say that because I've stayed the course in the Straightway Ministries when I seen how our shepherd has just continued to bear fruit year in and year out, regardless of them that hate, regardless of them that say they love, but be real contrary to what is going on. And I've trusted in that, even to the point where now I'm able to look people right in their eyes with the biggest damn smile and know you and your membership ain't worth the damn in being an Israelite. The last time I checked, I have not seen memberships in the Bible nowhere, but I have seen conversions, and people are getting to that point. We may come back, we may not. I'm gonna get ready to get on off here, but what I said was people are truly not converted. And so it's a joy seeing those whose hearts are truly converted and indicted, in the matters of righteousness, man. I'm truly thankful. I'm thankful for all you faithful saints who have come in over the last 4 to 5 years, because not only do it ring and just ring out in the ears of the saints who truly want to be around. We have who we have, but I looked at, I told Elder Rufus way back when we went my first time visiting Straightway, Georgia, we was gonna start implementing them songs, though, because I love fellowship. And I love it as an instrument to see who's truly in fellowship with me when we sing at the breakfast table. I loved it the first time I saw it. I had joy in my heart when I looked over and I seen that first time I seen, because I love hearing, the mothers, Mother Carol and Mother Jennifer. I love hearing them sing, and just being as those firm mothers of back in the day where they'll knock your teeth out your mouth. If because we sisters ain't built like that. They ain't built like grandma way back. back then, but they ain't gonna play with you, man. These sisters, some of these sisters these days, they can't handle one and two children. Just weak ass, weak, right?
Yes, sir.
Weak as hell. But you know, we was down there, man, and when I heard them songs going, Elder them to sing, I said we gonna do it, and it took so damn long, and I just, you know, now y'all is just crafting, because guess what, you got other people coming in doing it to where you know that either y'all gonna separate you out, and those of us who want those things are gonna eventually be in close quarters, be around. The fellowship is gonna get sweeter and sweeter, and those people are gonna be so far out of mind and out of sight and out of thought and out of proximity that it ain't gonna matter, you know. And so I praise the Most High Yah that the fellowship is getting sweeter and sweeter and smaller, more elect, and the remnant is starting to surface, and Yah door is getting ready to shut. And those of us who are of the household of faith, who are truly of Yah, is really seeing it, getting it, and we're drawing nearer and nearer to the Most High Yah, and that truly is exciting to see. Bless y'all today, Israel. Continue to check out our shepherd on Patreon, and check out all the platforms that we have here in the Straightway Ministries, because between all that is going on here in the Straightway Truth Ministries, you will hear the word of truth and have an opportunity at everlasting life, and an opportunity to be prepared for the evil day when it's set in. Bless y'all. Shalom, shalom. I'm Pastor Core here with Straightway Kansas City of the Straightway Ministries. Love y'all dearly, truly, and keep us lifted here in the congregation here in Kansas as we move this vision forward to do these things which edifies the faithfulness and the promise of the Most High Yah. Bless y'all. Shalom, shalom.